Welcome to Fishing Squad and welcome to 2023, where I'm going to be doing a few different things on the channel this year, namely the main focus is going to be a species hunt. Me and Jay are sort of having one together anyway, but we're doing one with a couple of other guys. I'll put links to their channels in my description. We've got Lincoln and Marcus, so you might see this a lot on some of the pictures and stuff that we take of fish, maybe including the videos. It's probably reading it wrong. Looks back to front, but it might not, it probably don't to you actually. Marcus has already been out, he's been off to a flying start. I'll leave his link for his video, YouTube channel in the description to this video, and also I'll leave a link for Lincoln's in the description to the video. Also, I'll leave their Instagram links in there as well, so you can check their channels out. I think Marcus has probably been a bit more successful on taupe than I have, even though I bleat on about them all the time. That's going to be for later in the year, I think, the taupe. So anyway, this video, we're going to have a session, me, Jay, my mate Martin, on Bridlington Harbour wall. It's going to be rough conditions, it's going to be driving rain, and strong wind, fairly strong winds, about 20 mile an hour southerly, probably in our face. I think it should be okay though. Bit of swell in winter, might bring the codling in. I mean, last year I had a juvenile haddock off this mark. We're definitely expected to get dabs and whiting out as a minimum. Bait wise, I've got a couple of boxes of squid. I've got some sardine, whiting. I'll just give me a second, I'll get it. Sorry about that, I'm just defrosting it. I've got some sardine. I'll just bring you over, just a sec. I've got some sardine, whiting. There's a scad in there might be some mackerel. What I'll do is, I put some salt over it when I defrost it. I've put a little bit on this before I froze it. What it does is it toughens like fish up like sardine. And then I'm going to put some holy mackerel oil over it as well, just to salvage some gammy bait basically. Then whiting we caught in the Mersey. Sardines were reduced in Morrison's, but they will catch fish, and strapped up with a bit of squid, or even just on the hook with a bit of squid, they'll work well. The salt toughens them up because they're quite a soft fish anyway, a sardine. Whiting are obviously like leather, but you know, we're going to try and use minimal bait elastic tonight. I'm going to fish with 3 rods. We'll move on to that now anyway. Right, we've just got suited and booted. It's going to be a rough one. We'll walk down to the middle of it, middle of Harbour wall.
Just a nice big fat cheeseburger.
Yeah, just had a nice big burger each. We're just walking down, we're all suited and booted. Jay's got his lollipop man equipment on. About.
You're Amber and Go Light, aren't you?
We're walking down Harbour. Like I say, we've got Martin's cart power truck, most of the gear on there. It's going to be a rough night. Oh, fortune favours the brave. Fortune might favour the stupid, we'll see. I'm feeling confident, like. We've got a 20 mile an hour southerly, but keeps hitting wall and it's knocking it above us by about 3 foot, and it's just enough to get out of it. We've got a nice surf, and when you can hit sea, I always feel a little bit more confident, especially if you have to like something decent possibly that might turn up. But we are fishing with spots, like I said. We'll just see how we get on. Right, so we're going to be fishing the incoming tide. It's about 9 o'clock now. Tide's at about 2ish, half 2. So I'm putting 3 rods out. One of them I'm putting a big bait on. I'm going to leave it out on a 3/0 pennel rig. Plain squid I've got here. Yeah, so we'll see how we get on that. I'll just spin you around. So yeah, I've got a biggish bait, 2 3/0s in it. Pennel rig with 5-ounce lead with Gemini splashdown built in it. On a rod that I usually use for taupe, it's my Gorilla Surf MX, Daiwa slosh reel. I've give that a right good service. All it was with the bearings had dried out, and that's why I kept having bird's nests. But I've put some brakes in it as well. So this is one of the rigs up putting out one of the rods. I'm putting another 2 rods out, and I'm hoping obviously I'm going to leave that bait out probably for a bit, the big bait, see if I can pick something decent up. I mean, there should be bass and maybe codling out there in this. I know it's not been as prolific over the years, brid for cod, but history states that they do get them off here occasionally, so let's have a go. Right, this is the second rod. It's that 3-hook flapper rig I showed you at the start of the video, and all I'm doing is putting bits of squid on like that, no elastic. They do mask the hook points a little bit, but it'll still work. No elastic on the top one and the bottom one, that middle one. Gone for a bit of sardine. It's got a bit of elastic on it. That's on pen tidal with a big thick carp reel on. 25-pound line, 60-pound shock lead. That's what I've started using all my rods and reels, 25-pound. It's a Berkeley tri-lean one. So you saw it in one of my other videos when I got a cheap reel. It come with that. Bargain. Anyway, we'll get this banged out and see if we can get some fish. Get in, Jay. First fish of the species on. 5-bearded rockling.
Nice looks as well.
Let's double check his 5 beards. Well, he has 3 obvious ones. But you can't quite see him. He's just wait there. He's got 2 above him, so that's why his 5 bearded. It's a 5-bearded rockling basically. Anyway, right, I'll just get that boat out. It's a good start for Jay because they can be awkward to catch sometimes. But I've done a lot of fishing with Jay over the last 3 years or so, and like recently we've been catching a few of them. So weed, yeah, every hook, right? I'm just putting a 2-hook clip down rig on this one other rod up with 2 hooks. Got whiting and squid on bottom, sardine, squid on top. Just a tip of squid on both hooks. I don't know if you can just about see that. So we'll get this fired out, see if we get something. I'm going to check my scratching rig in a minute. That 3-hook flapper rig base, it's a scratching rig in it, we call it. Yeah, so high tide's 5 to 3 morning. Quite happy Jay's got off at mark one of them because that'll be one of my tougher ones to get a 5-bearded rockling, I think. It's nice one of us got off at mark as well in the species hunt, just trying to sort of lighten out. Well, I've done nothing touch my bait shop. Just reeling that big bait. I've had it out for about an hour and a half. We're on 20 to 11 now. High tide's at 25 to 3, so like 4 hours before high. So we should start picking up some fish soon, hopefully in numbers, fingers crossed. Right, Martin's just had a rockling. It's not a good sign this. We are starting to get some hooks stripped though. What time is it, do you know? Is it about 11 o'clock or something?
Oh no, the phone's under all these.
It's alright, I'll check my other phone.
Past 11, won't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's 10 to 12. Yeah, so 2.5 hours ish to low tide. About
High tide.
2 hours to high tide, yeah. About 2 hours 15, so 2 fish between the 3 of us so far. Just keep at it. I'm going to pour a brew. I've just rebaited a couple of rods. Pour a brew. At least the bait, I've had the bait stripped off a couple of my hooks, which I think is a positive sign. But if you can't get on a size 6 hook, what can you get on? We'll see how we do anyway. This was where things took a turn for the worse. If you look at these boats, they're rocking like mad on the inner harbour. The wind does seem to be swirling a bit, and we were getting quite a bit on our right cheek for some reason, which would suggest possibly a southwest wind, not a southerly. We need to stick it out for a bit longer, and as you'll see in a minute, we had to move. I've had to do a voiceover in this section of the video due to the horrendous wind noise on the microphone. So yeah, we had to move in another half hour or so, as you'll see in the video. That's what happens at high tide. It's a lot of venues it picks up. A lot of slope down here. We've got an hour and a half. I'm not going to chance it. We're going to move. We've had a few waves have actually come up slightly. I've seen some big swells, so we're going to move on to the wall and get our backs. It's not really in our face, but it is in our face, if you know what I mean. So we'll get the move, so we go. Yeah, we're on the move. It's a bit of a trek, like. We're on the move, luckily. Our Barra boy. Yeah. So, it's easier than it would have been. Yeah, the wind got up a little bit as the swells increased as the tide come in. We're worried that we might have got for one over the top of the wall. Plus, while they caught up, them two had a rockling each. was an easy decision really, so we'll just see how we get on here. Just going start there, so see how we get on. There we've got the wind off our back, so I'm fishing with 2 rods on this mark now. On the second mark, if you like, here. I didn't fancy putting 3 out because I've got quite a bit of breeze, so I'm keeping control of what I'm doing. I've got flap rigs on about 3 hook and 1. Flip down a little bit. Mainly got squid on, and I think I've got sardine on 3 hook rigs, so we'll see if we can get something out, hopefully. It's one hell of a lot calmer as you'd expect. This side, on the north wall, out the southerly wind, even though the southerly wind in our face on the other wall, that was blowing up above the wall, if you know what I mean, between the wall and about north. We'll just see if we can get something off here, I guess. Hopefully, we fished better than what we're getting on the other wall. Right, I'm off the mark with a species on. If you can see it, it's a dab. I'm going to get a picture of it. Yeah, just hold it still. Little dab on plain sardine. Again, just shows you sometimes a bit of fish soaked old bait can do the business. Black squid. Yeah. It's on it, on the money. Gets it. Marty's just had a dab as well, so diddly dab, a small one like that one, teeny tiny. That's what this species hunt's going to be about, I think, in terms of getting through species. You know, we might get some specimen ones as well. I'm going to set myself a target like getting double figure conger eels, probably double figure us. You know, and probably a bassable 3 pound.
These sort of marks, that's what you're expecting.
Yeah, these sort of marks. That's why we've come here really, just to get off at mark. You know, I do a lot of my fishing in North Wales. I will struggle to get a dab in North Wales on the marks that I fish. So, struggle to get a 5-bearded rockling probably as well. So that's why I come to a mark like this. Let's see how it goes. The only other fish that will probably like us to get off here tonight might. I think it's a bite then, I don't know. Did it register as a bite, that? I don't know, it's really a bit slacking. The only other fish we might get off here is like flounder. I've had plaice before, whiting, I've had pollock as well. What are them? Other than the whiting, we're in warmer months.
Crab count.
No, I'm not counting crabs. Oh, I'm getting a bite on that, get in. It was a bite that, it registers it with whiting, and I've caught a whiting on whiting. Get in. Not one for the species pod, eh? It's not last fish whiting we've kept it, and I've put fresh whiting strip on one of my hooks. I mean, we have done quite well with that bait that I've salted and soaked, you know. Now we've had 3 fish on it basically. No, it's rockling one on squid. I've had 2 fish on it. One were on sardine. Not them sure. It's on this sensitive rod on. It's pen tidal 20. It's good for this type of fishing. Where you're fishing for small stuff because it registers bites really. Really well because it's not sensitive. Even if I did slightly damage it in the summer, it's still got a sensitive tip to make bites. I mean, it's over quite a decently that whiting. I thought it would pass or something like that. Mental species, and it's early days obviously. Got many more to go through. This is why I come to a place like this, like I say. I could do with 5-bearded rock, because like I say, that's going to be rockling, that's going to be a tough one. We'll see how we get on. Like I say, I'm enjoying it tonight now, watching some bites. Nice to actually get a bite, it's a register because we had nothing on the other wall. I don't know if it was too rough or what, or we're just a bit early still, I don't know. We are getting bites, so keep at it and hopefully a few more fish show here. We're getting baits coming back stripped, so the fish are obviously in. Just hope something different turns up obviously. So now we've caught a dab, we've caught a white, we've caught a rockling. You know, we both need different species to show for each other. It's, you know, it's like you've got to go through the card if you like. Right, I've got a double look up of dabs. I'm getting some stickets about the size of them. Squid. Yeah, I don't mess about, lads. They're just jealous. Right, get in, get them put back. Another tiddly dab. Getting a dab hand at this now, aren't I, lads? Boom. Boom! Dab hand!
I just want the one for species.
Bit bigger this one, only slightly. Then he put back. Sardine and squid tentacle. Now Jay's into a dab, it's a bit of a bigger one. Let's have a look. Yeah, not bad. We'll get him up, get a picture of him. This is my bucket with sardines. Right, some fish oil in there. Just keep getting it mixed up. Sardines quite soft, it's frozen soft anyway. So I'm wrapping it up with a bit of squid into little wraps like this. So on the flopper rig. Bit of squid. Just slide that down your hook. A little bit of elastic to latch it on. And that's doing the little fish that we'll be catching. So I'm going to reel him for a bait change now. Put another 3 fresh baits out on that flopper rig. Another dab on that cocktail method. I'm going to put them baits on now, just reel in. Got another small one. Dab hand at this. I've got another fish species which I ain't counted, a green shore crab and a whiting. It's about right, best I could down, I don't think that's going to work out again. Right, we're half hour after high. On that BZ7 where I've just had the whiting and crab on. The rig with mangled, so I'll pull the rig back on with the squid. Launch it. See if I can pick something else up anyway. I'm bored of catching small dabs. Marty's not impressed with small dabs, are you, mate?
Not wasted though.
Yeah. Hey, so 2 more dab. I've had a whiting as well. This rig's knocking them out with these small hooks. My dab hand at this, aren't I? Right, so that's my rig, flip down rig that's been made a mess of by that whiting and crab that I had earlier. We've been using little wraps of sardine and squid, little wraps of whiting and squid, and yeah, we've been using single squid. Jake, can stop the camera a minute, it's there. You don't always have to like use wraps, you can just use a strip of squid like this. We're using a big hook here just to show you. You can just hook it through a couple of times. You don't even need to put elastic on, you know, you don't always have to make a sausage. That'll catch fish. I'd use it probably a little bit bigger on a bigger hook, but obviously I've been using size 6 hooks, so yeah, yeah, you can go through 3 times. Yeah, it won't come off when you cast. Oh, it's just something else to bear in mind. It's quicker fishing as well like that. If the fish are in, you're best off just quickly wrapping a strip up like that. What elastic and making sausages does to me, I'll spin you around a minute. Yeah, all them sausages do, I think, basically what it's done tonight in this particular occasion is, obviously you can see the sardines and whiting we had in that bucket. They're not the best of baits, but you can make them better by your presentation sometimes. But you don't always have to be in a sausage. Obviously sardines are soft bait, so you probably want to put it in a sausage. You can use other things in them sausages, can't you, like razorfish, mussel. It's good for stuff like that. When you're fishing for small stuff, you can just put a bit. You could even put a piece of worm on with a small piece of squid, and that'll catch small species as well. But yeah, I've caught fish on all types of presentations. Just for today with that sardine and that, it's a good idea using that sausage technique. And it has worked. You know, getting an oily fish on your bait sometimes can be crucial. I prefer mackerel. I mean, if we just could have got a couple of freshish mackerel off of Morrison's fish counter, I think we'd have done better. Even better still, you know. The dabs aren't fussy, or the dogfish aren't fussy, you know, they'll take anything. That type of thing. Whiting aren't fussy. But a minute on my 3 hook flapper rig with them size 6 hooks, I've just got treble squid. I've got a full squid on my 3 hook. I'm just on my 3 hook pennel rig that I've got out on the BZ7. I'm just going to leave them out, I think. But it's just something to bear in mind. You don't have to always use meters and meters of elastic. It can be a time consuming thing. I mean, you can always prep your baits up before you go if you want to. It's a good idea. Like I say, I've caught more fish on baits that aren't bound up with elastic than I have bound up with elastic. I don't always use elastic. know, I've always used squid and mackerel basically as a base bait, and it's only been the last sort of few years when I've been using other bits and bobs. I find it good elastic for like salvaging dodgy bait like that sardine, you know. And obviously we've enhanced it a bit with the fish oil and that, and it has caught fish, so it's not been a bad session. We're off the mark with species on. I'm hoping to get some more fish out like before we go, to be fair. But the times I've been out 2 hours after I.
Will you stop giving Marcus and Lincoln tips?
I don't really need any tips, mate. You're not getting any tips off me. You're not learning out off me, guys. So, well, I just can't wait for the next session really already. You know, I think we'll be struggling to get another species out. But you never know, do you? Could just do with flounder probably. But I think flounder should be achievable in Wales, and turbot will be achievable in Wales as well. So let's keep at it. And it's been enjoyable to get out for the first session of this year. I was itching to get a fish when I saw Marcus's post yesterday. So we'll, like I say, I'll leave links for his channel and Lincoln's channel in the description, and links to the YouTube accounts as well. But me and Jay are also having this bit of a competition, which he seems to have forgot about, don't you, Jay? We're having a competition, aren't we? Hey? Yeah. Yeah, you've only caught rockling and dab. Yeah.
2 species each.
Nah, that rockling don't count. that's I'm nearly falling over. That's what other species on that rockling. Yeah.
That's what drinking too much tea does for you.
Too much tea, yeah.
Don't just stick to Carlin, you know.
Honestly, guys, I thought I were blanking me until we moved walls. Seriously, I thought I were done. I thought I were absolutely done. So I'm glad we've actually caught some fish. I think I've had a couple more dabs and a whiting.
Good idea to move.
Yeah, it's worked out alright, even if we have been a bit more in wind. It's on our backs, but yeah. Yeah, we'll see how we get on like.
Wait, we should have stayed where we were. I had a fish.
Yeah, we'll just see how we get on like, you know. Looking forward to the next few sessions. Should be good. Right, so that's that technique. We're just nicking baits, and like you can see, got it on that one, on my bottom hook. My bottom hook's been stripped. Got the biggest stab at night probably on the middle hook. I've been finding with the size 6 hooks, they're not actually taking it in that deep either. You can just gently. This is where he gets face off or something. You can just gently pop it out like that. They've been like that. It's a nice dab. That it's not bad at all. That one. I'm not going to eat that. Yeah. The old size 6 hooks are smashing, haven't they, Jay? Really?
I lost mine on second cast.
Yeah, Jay cracked off the wall. So. But they've done more fish then. That's the only reason why I've caught more dabs than everybody. Because I've got smaller hooks. It's not so bad. It's Jay.
No, definitely not.
So yeah, that's just proof in the pudding that the bait presentation on that one worked. I'm happy with it. Squid's 100% because it's pretty, even though it's frozen bait.
You don't need black.
It's really good quality. You what?
You don't need black.
You don't need black and you don't need squid and black. Yeah. So I've stripped them down now. It's been out 20 minutes. It's probably washed out a little bit in swell and stuff. Fresh bait on. Let's see if we can get another one out or 2 out. Whatever. Obviously with this rig as well, what I've noticed today's one of the days where I can actually say I think the hook size has worked. I think I've benefited from having beads on for some reason or other. So I've had beads on my snoods, I've had some more looks on. They both work better than some of the other methods that the other lads have been using. We've all caught fish, nothing spectacular, but you know, unseen species, aren't we?
Two on species.
Yeah, we're going to try. I'm going to try and get some more of these Camazam B 940s because I've used them all basically. We'll want some more, make some more of these rigs up, I think, because they're working. Yeah. 3 this time, guys. A little bit of squid nicked on. Size 6 hooks. I don't mess about. I'm a dab hand at this, guys, aren't I? Hey? Jay's hooked into definitely the biggest dab of the night, that. Definitely, that's a right dab. Don't catch him cooking, but I just don't fancy him for some reason.
Wow.
I know. heading back now. Wind's picked up, it's probably swirling right end of this pier on Harbour. It's just whipping round. Not a bad little session in the end. Better. Could have been far worse. Looked like it was going to be far worse. Swinging after you've been up 24 hours. Nice Toby car. Right, so at the end of this session, qualifying species, Jay's had a 5-bearded rockling, he's had a dab, that both qualify for this species hunt. I've had a dab, and I've also had a whiting, so not a bad start. Right, so we're back, obviously, after having just had about 8 hours sleep. Jay's here, got a cameraman here, got a little puppy here. Yeah, not the best, but at least we're off the mark with species. Them small looks, the Amazon B4940s, definitely did the business really for me. I had smallest hooks on, and that's why I caught the most fish, I think, basically. That's all it was. All baits worked. So we'll carry on now and try and get some more species out. I've had 2 species each for mine and Jay's species, and then obviously for the one we've got a Lincoln and Marcus. So not a bad start. Other than that, keep safe, tight lines.
If anyone happens to be fishing Bridwall and find a ring with a crystal in it, let me know.
Maybe I lost the ring, yeah. It's long.
Yeah.
You say bye bye, Lincoln. Well then, see you later.